Hey guys, I'm Geek. In this video, I want to share my personal review of the Nintendo Switch 2 during the first year of its existence. So this came out, of course, last year, June 5th, 2025. It's June 5th, 2026 today, which I am uploading this video. And I have to make this video because for me, it has been a good year. It has been a good year, even though, yes, a lot of people are not happy that we didn't get the big Nintendo games like from Mario, like the sequel to Mario Odyssey, or the big Zelda remake, or big Zelda game, or the big Pokemon game. So yeah, we did not get those type of games on the Nintendo Switch 2, but we did get a lot of good game surprises from Nintendo, like Donkey Kong Bonanza, Pokemon Pokopia, Mario Kart World. For me, is actually pretty damn good. And I also enjoyed being surprised by third-party games like Pragmata, Resident Evil 9, and of course this game that just released, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. And I'm very, very surprised with these games and performing very good on the Nintendo Switch 2, which is one of the reasons why I've been playing more on my Nintendo Switch 2 than on my PlayStation 5. I've been playing more than on my other handheld gaming devices. And it's not because it's the most powerful device out there in the market. It's because for me, it's the easiest one to use and the most convenient one to use, especially if you're one of those that like switching between handheld mode and TV mode. This is a great device. I've been really enjoying it. I'm not gonna go into deep when it comes to specs, but of course, for those that are new to the Nintendo Switch 2, this has a 7.9-inch screen, 1080p. It will play up to 120 hertz. Of course, not every game is going to run 120 hertz. When you connect it to the TV via the dock, it's actually going to target 4K 60 hertz. I think there's some games that actually run 120 hertz. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think so. For those that have been following my channel, you know that this is a skin that I keep switching a lot, and during this year, I've been switching a lot of skins. So if you've been following my channel, I love switching skins. And one of my negative things about the Nintendo Switch 2 compared to the Switch 1 is that where the hell are the colored Joy-Cons? I really loved buying Joy-Cons with different colors on the Nintendo Switch 1. It kind of sucks that this year, this generation so far, we just got the same color Joy-Cons as before, which kind of sucks. So that's why this year I've been actually using a lot of skins, and these skins are actually from Dbrand. These are the latest one that I got, and I still got more skins that I can apply later on. So yeah, that's why I didn't actually take these skins off. And I know a lot of people are going to be like, where the hell you got those skins from? Yeah, but I just didn't want to take them off. Of course, the thumbsticks that I'm using, or thumb grips, is something that I recommend to actually buy, because when you're playing with these Joy-Cons, the thumbsticks, for me, they're actually going to get ugly if you play a lot, and especially because you're going to be using the thumbsticks a lot. So if there's one thing you should buy at day one, is thumb grips. Also, I love the design. I really love the design. I like how nice and smooth the plastic feels. But of course, my only negative thing about this, which is also the complaint of a lot of people, is that the device, there's basically no ergonomic whatsoever. It's totally flat. And the way that I've been enjoying my device is by using the Killswitch, which of course Killswitch case. They call it the Killswitch. It's from Dbrand. It's very popular, and believe me, the hype is real when everybody says that it's one of the best cases out there in the market. And I have it right here, so I'm going to show you guys. Of course, let me go ahead. Of course, with this Dbrand cover is for the back, right? This is how I always use it. I protect the back, which I love it. There you go. Go to the front, and the Joy-Cons, of course, it looks flat. I don't like it because if you're like me that play a lot, most of the times in handheld mode, you know that your fingers are just gonna get tired of playing like this all the time. So this case actually comes with these grips that is going, once you apply it, right? Once you apply it here, bump, there you go. Once you apply it here, it's gonna add a very awesome grip to the Joy-Cons, and it's just gonna make the Joy-Con or the Nintendo Switch 2 feel like a much better handheld gaming device. And this is how I've been usually rocking my Nintendo Switch 2 during this first year of its existence. And of course, you still have access to the kickstand, which I love. And of course, combined with the skins and the thumb grips, it actually looks pretty damn awesome. So yeah, if you're asking me, should you buy the Killswitch Dbrand cases or not, for me, it's big thumbs up. If you've been following my channel, you know that I use them a lot. Now, since the Nintendo Switch 2 release, there's been a lot of updates, trying to make this device as good as possible and better as possible. But one of the biggest updates that came down for the Nintendo Switch months ago, it's the handheld boost mode, which if you go ahead here, when you have the latest update and you click right here, Nintendo Switch software handling, handheld mode boost. So this, what it does is that it makes Nintendo Switch 1 games look a lot better on the Nintendo Switch 2 screen. It makes those games look like they would look normally on TV mode, but on handheld mode. So like you see here, one of the games that I've been playing a lot on the Nintendo Switch 2, which is a Nintendo Switch 1 game, is MLB The Show 26, and it looks very, very good on the Nintendo Switch 2, and I've been really enjoying it because you can definitely notice the difference when you turn this feature on. And I played games like Mortal Kombat and other games from Nintendo Switch 1, and you can truly notice the difference. So for me, that has been one of the biggest updates for the Nintendo Switch 2 that came during this year, and it's really, really, really good. It makes playing games here in the library a lot bigger because a lot of those games from the Switch 1 can be played here and look good as well. One feature that is new to the Nintendo Switch 2 that was not on the Switch 1 is the game chat feature. This feature is actually pretty good, and I heard a lot of people playing this and using this a lot. I don't use it. I never use it at all. So this year, I haven't used this at all. Maybe in the second year, I actually end up using it. But in the first year, if you're asking me how this feature works on the Nintendo Switch 2, I couldn't be honest with you guys because I never used it at all. Now, of course, when it comes to the internal storage, this Nintendo Switch 2 actually has a 256 gigabytes of storage, which honestly for me should have been bigger, at least 500 gigabytes in size, but it's 256, and in my opinion, you do need to get a microSD card on day one, at least a 256. The number one card that I got on day one was a card from Walmart, the On card microSD Express card, which is a 512 gigabytes, and you could get it for less than $100, like around $90, and maybe even less than that. And it's been super good. You can fit a lot of games here, but I still end up deleting a lot of games especially because a lot of the games are actually pretty big, since the Nintendo Switch 2 game files, especially third-party games, are actually going to occupy a lot of space. Like see here, this is one of the latest games that I started playing a couple days ago, and it's over 90 gigabytes. And the next one is 88 gigabytes, 65 gigabytes, 45 gigabytes. So yeah, if you get a Nintendo Switch 2, I really recommend to get a 512 gigabyte card. That's going to be the best size you can get for the best price you can get. Now, another accessories that I've been using on the Nintendo Switch 2 a lot during this year, and is a very good alternative to the Killswitch, just in case you don't really like the Killswitch, is the NYXI Hyperion 3. These are very, very good, and they add very awesome grips. The only negative thing about this is that they don't have the mouse feature, which is another feature that, of course, I forgot to mention, which is very good this year on the Nintendo Switch 2, is that a lot of games actually have mouse control features, and the Nintendo Switch 2 has that ability to actually use it as a mouse. That's a very cool feature, but that's another feature that I barely use at all. Even though it's there, Of course, for those that really like it, I barely use it. But these don't have that feature, but they give you a very good grip, even better grip than that. And when you put it on, it just makes the Nintendo Switch feel and look like a handheld gaming PC. Look at the grip that it gives. Very awesome. Of course, they are expensive, but I believe, in my opinion, they're totally worth it. The Killswitch still is cheaper. In my opinion, it is just cheaper. Not in my opinion, but it is cheaper. The other device that I've been using, it's from Absolute, the N6. I'm going to put it right here. It's this right here. And of course, the latest one that I got is this black one. And I really like it as well. You know, it makes the gripping of the controls so good and it feels very nice. Of course, it sticks out over here, but for me, in my opinion, they feel very, very nice on the Nintendo Switch too. So, and these are actually cheaper than I believe it's actually cheaper than the Killswitch, and it's cheaper than the NYXI as well. And they do feel really, really good. I already have a couple videos playing with these controls. But of course, if you ask me of all the grips that I have, I'm gonna always go back to the Killswitch because I really love the way it actually feels. Now, you might be asking me, is it worth the $449 price? Yes, for me, hell yes, it's totally worth the $449. And remember, in September, this device is actually going to go up to $499. And in my opinion, it is still totally worth it, because especially when you compare this handheld device against all the other competition, like from the Steam Deck, from the Xbox Ally X, the MSI Cloud devices, the Lenovo Legion Go devices, they are all very, very expensive. And right now, with the latest ones and all the hikes in prices, this at $500 is still the cheapest handheld in the market. And not only is the best, for me, in my opinion, one of the best handheld experience in the market, it's also the best hybrid console in the market. A lot of these handheld gaming PC, like the Ally, they try to actually improve the experience when it comes to using it like this, and it comes connected to the monitor, but they don't stand a chance when it comes to ease of use of the Nintendo Switch 2. When you're playing in handheld, then you put it on the dock and it switches just like that, and you take the controls off and you can play like that. You know, none of those companies, none, not single one of them, get as easy and close as and better than the Nintendo Switch 2. So for me, that's why even at $499, it's totally worth it. And right now, as I'm making this video, Nintendo has a deal where you can actually get the console for $499 and a free game. That free game can either be Donkey Kong Bonanza, which for me is one of the great games from this year, Pokemon Pokopia, which totally surprised a lot of people, and it is very, very good. So if you're a huge fan of Animal Crossing and you're coming from Nintendo Switch 1, this is a game that you should pick. The other game, Mario Kart World, which is a launch game, totally worth getting, especially if you like kart racing. Of course, the only negative thing is that till this day, we still don't have extra new content, which kind of sucks. But for me, it's still one of the best games. And right now, as of right now, you can actually get the Nintendo Switch 2 for $499, and one of these 3 games you can choose from, which is awesome. So yes, is the Nintendo Switch 2 worth $499 when it actually goes up in price? Totally yes, it is totally worth $499, and honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if it actually goes up to $549, and at that price, I still think it's still worth the $549. But hopefully, it doesn't keep going up. I'm not asking for it to go up. But yeah, this for me has been a great device. Thanks to this device, I've been playing more here than on the PlayStation 5 and on my other handheld gaming devices. I've been really enjoying it, and I honestly can't wait to see what actually comes in the second year for the Nintendo Switch 2, which hopefully it is a lot better, and there's more Nintendo exclusive games, and of course there's more day one releases of third-party games on the Switch 2. I think that's something that's going to get better, and when it actually gets better, it's gonna be even better, the console, in my opinion. So yes, that is my opinion about the Nintendo Switch 2 during the first year since it was released. And of course, keep in mind, I will be uploading another video later on, maybe in the next couple days, of my favorite Nintendo Switch 2 games played during the first year of this console. That video should be coming up in the next couple days, so stay tuned to my channel. Guys, thanks for watching this video. Let me know in the comments what you think about the Nintendo Switch 2 in its first year since it was released, and what do you think about my opinions. Like I said, I really love this device. And if you have any questions about anything that you see here or any games, just let me know in the comments. And also I'll leave links in my descriptions for everything that you saw here and other stuff that I used for the Nintendo Switch 2 during this first year. So guys, thanks for watching this video. Till next time. Bye-bye.